All right, hey everybody, welcome to SIG-Testing meeting. Yeah, I think I recognize folks here as having attended before, but if anybody wants to unmute and introduce themselves, feel free to. Otherwise, we can get started with the first item. Well, I think the first one is Mohammed. You have a few things.
Yeah, I do. So before we get started, I think there's something wrong with the meeting notes permissions. Can you double check that, please?
Oh, sorry, can you say that again?
The meeting notes, I can't edit them, even though I'm part of the right Google groups.
Yeah, I don't know if I can troubleshoot that on the fly right now,
No,
but
not now. We could do that later.
yeah.
But yeah. So as you know, I've been working on the getting cops ready to be used as our primary ED cluster provisioning tools. And yeah, I've made some rather good progress, but I have a couple of PRs that are open that I need someone to approve so we can get them merged. I think for me the most important one is our first one there. And it's when you click it, get on the screen, it's kind of self-explanatory of what it's trying to do. There's been we've said a lot about it, but it needs to be fixed.
Cool. Yeah, anything else besides just an advisory of like asking for help for approving?
No, that's it really. I think the sticky bit is that PR about the Kate's authenticated test images. We have a test that basically pulls images from a private location in Google Cloud, from a container registry. It's misconfigured right now. I would like to get that changed, but it's tricky. So we're gonna go and recreate that in a community-owned Google Cloud project and make it work properly in there. I think Arno is here, so I just need some thumbs up, and then you can go and deploy that.
My problem with the pull request is like we don't have ownership of the test requiring this artifact registry repo. I think Ben made the comment about this. I think the bigger problem is like for the test related to private registry, we don't have ownership. And I don't want us to set up a piece of infrastructure that's going to be a technical debt in 6 months.
Okay, so why don't we get rid of the test?
That's was the intent. That's the intent. It's like we need to see one SIG owning the test and basically giving a +1 to remove the test because no one is maintaining them. So what the first one is who's owning those tests. The second thing is like, do we need them now? Because maybe we have a better coverage for this test somewhere else.
Okay. Before removing tests, let's not bash things because the problem with removing and adding and changing things quickly is that in Kubernetes this takes 1 or 2 releases until we know the fallout. There are a lot of downstream CIs like OpenShift that they're not going to know that you remove one test until 1 or 2 releases. So for this specific case, it's SIG apps.
Yeah.
We need to go to SIG apps and explain what is the problem and ask them, you need to provide a solution. That's
yeah,
the next
I
step.
think the problem is an infra problem. It's not necessarily with the test. The test is fine. It just doesn't work when you are running it in certain locations.
No. If the test is not portable, it's a problem with the test.
Okay.
I mean,
there's a lot of tests
but the test needs to be hermetic and portable. So I can bring the test, move this to my clustering, whatever, or my kind cluster, whatever, and it has to be able to run there. If it's not able to run there, they need to explain why it's not able to run there and tag it so it can only run with a special condition, right? And this is the problem that we are having now. We have tests. Kubernetes grew in DC, right? And that's the problem. We need to carve it out. But we cannot do abstraction, a painful strategy. We need to be strategic and go one by one. This is going to be we need to know that this is going to take time. So I don't know exactly what this test does.
Okay, so but
Okay,
that's a problem for me though, because I want to I want to replace what we used to test our clusters, but there's a lot of tests that shouldn't be there, and it looks like it's quite difficult to kick them off the project.
Look, but the thing is, okay, but we need to put the project in. That's why I asked it to the other days. I mean, this project has to be managed. It's not now we are going to move to everything and we are going to remove tests and do everything. This needs a communication with all the stakeholders. All the stakeholders are all the Kubernetes developers. So we cannot move to another CI deployment and then say, oh, we remove all these tests because they weren't working. And that's why I'm saying this can be a multi-release problem.
Okay, so what's the solution? Because like I have
The
failing
solution-
tests, so I need to get them fixed.
If the test is skippable, let's skip it. It doesn't give you basically the signal you want, especially if you basically want to move from QBAP to KOps. If you can skip it, just skip it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I'm not.
Yeah, but that's not helpful though. I know, like if you notice, Cops has a super long list of skips, mostly related to infra and poor deployment decisions. Nothing to do with the test itself.
But the thing is, in I understand the problem. In the long term, we eventually will get rid of Cuba, right? So what we cannot do is now we have coverage 100, and then we move to COPS, and we can have coverage 50 because they just didn't run and we didn't do it. The next thing is I will take on all these things is to understand what the tests are failing. Do we know what the tests are failing?
The tests are failing because the Google Service account cannot pull an image because it's in a project that it doesn't have access to. If I gave the IAM permissions, the test will go green.
Okay, but then the test is hard coding a Google account.
It's got a hard coded Google Cloud, a container image that lives in a specific Google Cloud project.
I need to do this test because I don't think that we can get. Yeah, as I need to. Without knowing what the test is doing, I'm not
Okay,
able.
if I can share
I'm
my
not
screen,
able
I
to
can
have.
walk you through it. It's kind of
Yeah,
simple.
but I need to check the code of the test and need to understand what
Okay.
it and find it. But usually, it, usually we require a curve for these big changes that impact multiple clusters. But I don't want you to go through the process of the curve because right now what I understand is you are putting something in parallel, right?
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah. The only
Yeah.
problem with that is at the end of the journey, when we have both clusters up and running, the first thing we're going to do is see how the tests are configured, which ones are passing, which ones are failing. If there's too many skips, these questions will come up and be like, why are we doing this?
Yeah,
And
yeah, but
I need to have a good answer. And
yeah, but
so far,
that's good. But
go on.
that's why, right? The thing is that I thought that this was a one-shot thing with ARM, but if you are scoping a much larger and impacting thing to the Kubernetes, we need to share more and document better the plan, right? Because
Okay.
otherwise it's hard to track. I mean,
I know. So right now, I would say we're in like the initial testing phase. Like I put the test together, and now I've got a list of things that are failing. I know what the
okay.
problems are. I need to chase people and get them fixed.
So my suggestion is just write a Google Doc to track the
Okay.
log, and then we go from there because otherwise you are going to burn out, and if you are going to require people from different places to look at these important things, usually this is the people with less time. So
Okay.
uh, just start something as a project that we will not say no, like a pre-K, right? I want to move everything from cluster app to COPS, and this is how we are going to do it, and how we are going to change, and these are the things that are going to be different.
Yeah, I'm
And
gonna
we
write
use
that doc. Yeah.
if you can do that, and we can start working as synchronous and trying to pull the right people, right? Because maybe this we need to give SIG visibility to understand the importance of this, right? And maybe also add a steering or more people to get more push from the other. Because I mean, I know that you are going to hit all the problems in the world. So going one by one is going to be impossible.
Okay.
And another thing, okay, this is because I was talking with Justin Santa Barbara about that. Let me check the agenda. I don't want to. Are we with these PRs?
The other two PRs are super simple, right? We've got tests that are not tagged properly. I added the correct tags so I can skip them properly. Like one of them
Okay.
is like very trivial change. Like it's not that hard.
So for any changes on E2E test, usually you can tag me or me and Patrick Colley or
Okay.
both. We always have all this area. We always have a short time to review, and always tag the sick lead or the someone that for example, in storage you have Michelle, and I don't
Okay.
know. In apps is Saltis. I don't know. So
I
because
just remembered. Or sorry, no, real quick thing. I'm gonna fix this after. I just remembered that my email filters out KK PRs for some reason.
Okay.
So I don't think I see those. I will go fix that.
All right. Cool.
Sorry, continue.
no, that's good. But the thing is usually in the test area because Patika and me are the usual people that is dealing with the test, but I don't know, Michelle or others have much more context on some specific area. So
Okay.
if you follow that pattern, I think that you can get a quick review, a quick turnaround.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm gonna write that doc up this week. I believe it's kind of helpful. But I am also in a position where I can show that what I'm proposing works because there were a ton of bugs that I had to squish before I even had like a working POC to bring in front of someone.
I encourage you to do it. Just to keep. This is a long project. This is a long project. I'm talking about years, or this
Yeah,
is
it
going
is.
to be more than 1 year. So if you put the doc up, and we can start to have this conversation with the sick with the
Okay.
community stakeholders, and you are going to have. Then they are going to identify you. This is the person doing this, so I'm going to allocate time because right.
Okay.
I know that this is important for the project. Okay, the other question. Okay, what is? I think this topic.
That's it so far. I don't have any other questions right now.
Okay. Okay, and then you have the other one. One important thing about this replacement. I was talking with Justin Santa Barbara from COP today. Right now, I think that because of my suggestion is to make the transition as similar as possible. So, for example, GC deploys a very simple cluster, single master, right? 3 workers. So if you can mimic that as much as possible, the better. Because if we start to have multi-master in the CI, that's super painful to debug.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Ops by default doesn't even
We,
do that. So it's just one master and 3 work nodes. That's it.
okay, so perfect. That's another thing. Okay, you just no more questions. That's the only thing. because the moment that you need to debug a place with multi-master is like spending hours all day. In a single master, everything is much simpler. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate it much. So as I tell you, I want to support you, and I think that you are doing a great thing. So let's try to put some structure on this project and be able to progress fast.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Does that sound good on that topic? Is there anything else to discuss? Cool. Dahan, I think you have one more just to show off some examples.
Yeah, I did. So if you could, I mean, you know what, can I share my screen? Let me try
I
this.
think I can enable that. Okay, should be enabled.
Okay, I just give me a second. All right, let's see where are we. All right, so this, if let me show you this, what the job is configured to do. Yeah. So yeah, so this is similar to the I think the PullETV test that we do that checks everything except serial, slow, and some of these featured tests. It's looking great so far. These are two failures that we discussed. This is another thing that I'm planning on fixing. It's got nothing to do with Kubernetes. It's a test that was written to test keep up behavior. It shouldn't even be here. And then this is a DNS thing that I'm going to fix today. I managed to get something fixed upstream that will make this green. But yeah, this is what we're looking at. It's almost ready. I think now I'm in a position where I can run the functional equivalents of these tests that are available. Where was it? Let me see. Where I can start running these version of these jobs that are provisioned by cops and get the same results. Particularly like this one here. It's currently bugged, but yeah. I think sometime next week I might be in a position to start running these jobs in Canary and then see how we look. And then by then I should have that document ready for the journey of how we're going to take that to production.
That's awesome. So which is the one that you have replicated right now?
Can you say that again?
Which one did you replicate?
Is this one? It's this one here. So this job. So sorry.
What is the twin of this job?
So it's that DNS thread that was in the channel the other day, yesterday.
Yeah.
Basically,
No.
it's that one. It's fixed.
My question is, this job is replicating other job in SIG Rocket, right? Or in SIG Release?
I missed that. Can you say that again?
This job is replicating another job from the SIG Release?
Yeah, it is.
Which job is replicating?
It's, let me see. Okay, let me open this. Where was I? Sorry, just give me a second.
No.
Yeah, I think it's similar to this one here. With a bit more tests. Sorry, not that one.
Maybe it's
sorry.
broken.
Sorry, just give me a second.
Oh, you have this cost master serial. Maybe it's that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just grabbing something real quick. Just give me a second. Yeah, this one here. I can't remember what the CI version of this is, but it's a copy of this job basically.
Okay, okay,
This,
perfect.
it's a copy of this job.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so that's what's passing right now. We know what the failures are. One is DNS that we'll be fixing
Okay,
tomorrow.
and go now to the other prop job or the new job.
Um,
To the tab with the execution of the other job. Yeah, click in one of them.
this one here.
Yeah, click in one. Only 32 minutes to run and the other 50.
Can you say that again?
It only took 30 minutes to run.
Yeah, it's pretty quick, and you're spending most of that time building a cluster.
Okay, so that this kind of things are the things that you need to put in the doc, right? That you are saving 20 minutes in 50. So
Yeah,
that
is
will
that
give you.
So this, if you look closer here, we're grabbing a pre-built
This is
version of
impressive,
Kubernetes.
right, Michelle?
So this is a pre-built version of Kubernetes, but even then, it takes like 30 minutes on average to run. Like runs most of conformance and a bunch of other extra stuff. But yeah, I think it's pretty fast. If I look at job history, 30 minutes ish on average.
Mhm.
So far, this is running, I think, about 8 times a day. But yeah, I'm gonna get all these green soon, and write that doc up.
Yeah. Perfect. Oh, 30 minutes only. We were only able to get that with Sky.
Really?
Yeah, the other ones are taking 50 minutes. So there is a long-standing issue to not having pull requests running longer than 1 hour, right? We kind of settled on that
Oh,
time.
okay, that's interesting.
And
Yeah.
moving from 50 minutes to 30 minutes is, look, it's an impressive thing to have, and this is going to help to promote
Yeah, I
this.
think most of the cops tests are pretty fast. The rest of these are just standard conformance, node conformance tests, and they're pretty fast.
Okay, cool. That's
If
a
I
good
open this
thing.
real quick, yeah, that's 15 minutes. But if I look at what is it doing, yeah, so it runs all the suite except a couple of skips. It has a long list of skips, but yeah. Yeah, okay, I'll write all of that down in that doc and see where we're at next week.
Yeah.
That sounds
Great.
great. Thank you. Awesome. Yeah, I think with that, we're at the end of the agenda. Is there any last minute stuff that folks want to mention? All right, sounds good. Thanks everybody for attending. Thanks for the detailed discussion, folks, and take care. See y'all.
Thank you.